Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to discuss one of the frequently asked interview question. How do you set the test case priorities in the TestNG? So if you are preparing for automation testing interviews, this is a much known concept. So let's get started. So let's take a simple example. Suppose if you want to execute a simple e-commerce application. So the basic functionality is a login and search, add to cart and log out, right? So let's write a test cases for this first. So let's say suppose if I want to write a test cases for a login, I can say public void test login. Right? So the simple test cases I'll write. I'll add a simple messages. So saying that executing login test. Okay. So here I need to add a annotation called add test. Okay. So the same way we can write remaining test cases as well. So if you mouse over, you have to import the TestNG annotation packages. It's coming from the TestNG. So the same way if you want to add another test cases, search. So let's say public void test search. So test search, here also I'll add a message saying that executing search test. So here also we need to add test. Okay. So now let's add another test cases. Maybe I'll copy this one. I'll add here. So now this one is a test add to cart, right? Add to cart. So here executing a add to cart test. Add to cart test. Same way, I'm going to write another test cases. This is test logout. So here executing a logout test cases. So now I have a 4 test cases. I have written a 4 test cases. And if suppose if I'm trying to run the test cases, right? So let's run this first. See how it is the 4 test cases it is getting executed. So now it is executed. First it is getting executed the add to cart. Okay. Then login test cases. Then logout test cases. Finally it's executed the search test cases. But this is not the correct order we want, right? So ideally our business flow should be login first, search second, add to cart third, and finally logout. That is what we are our business flow. But here it is executing in a different order. But we don't want. So why did TestNG execute in this wrong order? The TestNG execute the test method in the alphabetical order. So alphabetical order of method name. So it's going to consider as per the method name alphabetical order only it is going to execute. Okay. Now if you want to execute in the proper flow, login first, search second, add to cart third, and logout fourth means then we must set the priorities in the TestNG. Okay. So in TestNG, test cases execution order is controlled using the priority attribute. So inside the test annotations, what we have to do first, I want to execute the login test cases. So what we have to do here, I can add a priority. Priority equal to 1. Okay. So now search I want to execute in the second. So here I can say priority equal to 2. So now add to cart I want to execute third. Priority equal to 3. So same way here you can say the logout test cases I want to execute fourth. So priority equal to 4. This is the way you have to set the priority. Okay. Now let's run this. So the test case going to run exactly the order what we have mentioned in the priority. See, it's executing login first, second it's a search test, and the add to cart, then finally it's a logout. Okay, so this is the way we want to execute, right? So if you want to execute in the proper business flow, then always you must add a priority here. Okay, in interview you may face that what is the default priority. So the default priority is 0. Okay, by default all the test cases have a priority equal to 0. Okay, so if your priority is not mentioned, what happens? So here we have mentioned all the priority. Suppose if you are not mentioned any of the priorities, right? TestNG uses the alphabetical order of the method name. Okay, so the same way, is it possible to add a negative number? Okay, here we have given a positive number, right? Suppose in interview you may face these questions. Whether it is a possible to add a negative number. Yes, we can even assign a negative priorities as well. So negative priorities are allowed and they run before positive one. Okay, test cases with the lower priority values run first. If two test cases have the same priority, what will happen? So TestNG runs them in the alphabetical order of the method name. Okay, if the both the priorities are same, then it is going to consider as per the alphabetical order. Okay, priorities are very useful for defining a business flow execution. So that's how you set the priorities in the TestNG. I hope this explanation was clear and helpful. So thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.